Hello, everyone, and welcome back to another episode of my Sims 4 Covenant Legacy Challenge. My name is Ronald the Simmer, and this is Season 3, Episode 18. Queen Moira would visit her eldest daughter within her bedchambers. They had been discussing her upcoming name day and how soon the princess would have a lot more responsibilities. She was heir to the Queendom of Sirius, and she would have a lot to live up to. Moira was proud of Orlin, however. Her eldest daughter was growing. She admired her beauty and was happy to know the Odina line would continue. However, the queen would tell her daughter that she was inches away from her name day and would soon have unusual cravings, unholy cravings. The word unholy struck a fear within the princess's heart. The thought that she, a princess of true purity, could ever have an unholy bone within her body disgusted her. She inquired about what her mother meant. Moira would remind her daughter of their vampiric roots and how grandfather Vic passed on his bloodlust, a sin in the eyes of Gaia and Moira. Orlin didn't think much of her vampire side. In truth, it was scarcely talked about around her. She would for the most part forget about this deformity, but her mother reminded her. Moira would assure Orlin that Clara was making a cure for all of them, and that soon they would all be true vessels of Gaia, and she need not worry about the afflictions that she or Minerva was or is going through. Orlin, however, was curious. Her mother hid that part of herself, but she always felt the lingering darkness inside of herself. In the end, though, the thought that a part of herself wasn't as pure made the young princess uncomfortable. Okay, guys, so welcome back to another episode of my Sims 4 Covenant Legacy Challenge. Right now, we are having the birthday party of Princess Orlin, but not only, guys, Princess Orlin, we're also having the birthday of Princess Sienna. So, Princess Sienna is now officially, guys, becoming a child. Um, and her twin, I mean, not her twin sister, but her elder sister, Princess Orlin, is going to become a teenager. So, guys, Princess Orlin is about to be in politics. Okay, she is getting older. When you age up into the teenagers, when we usually start trying to get the influence system going. I do have in mind of how I'm going to do the influence system. Now that I have taken it out of my own gameplay, um, we'll get into that like in another episode, but I do have in mind of what I'm going to do now that I am not using that specific gameplay tool that I was using in the beginning of my challenge. It's really stressful to keep track of because I have a lot of other things going on in my life that I can't really keep track of personally. So yeah, I do have something in mind of how I'm going to deal with the influence system with the princesses because, of course, having this many daughters can be dangerous, and I need to replicate that within the game. Um, but yes, guys, I'm gonna go ahead and let the children age up. I do have their fathers here. Prince Victor, of course, he's blowing out, he's helping Sienna blow out her candles. But then, of course, we have in the back right here, we have Sir Zar, which is, of course, the father to Princess Orlin. And we have the father to Caleb. So we did invite Caleb as a guest, and he has arrived. Surprisingly, I didn't expect it. The queen gave him an invitation, and if he came, he would have come. And if he didn't, he didn't. But Caleb did want to come see his daughter age up. The queen gave him an olive branch, and so he's here witnessing the birthday of his daughter, which I think is so cute. Hopefully, he'll have a little bit of time to spend with Princess Sienna, so her and Caleb can get a little time together. I didn't even notice that they both have C names. These things happen unintentionally. Oh, she doesn't like Sir Zar, which is Princess Orlin's father, and she's not even close with her sister like that. Well, we already knew that. But let's just go ahead and let everyone age up. I will, guys. I will indeed show you. I will like do a little speed thing going on with Princess Orlin, and I'll show you guys her makeover after both of the princesses age up. Oh my God, is she not going to age up? Add birthday candles. What's going on, Orlin? Blow out your candles. Come on, my love. I think Princess Sienna's about to age up though, right? What? Don't tell me my game is broken right now. Well, guys, after having to figure out for literally an hour what is going on with my game, I didn't figure it out. I mean, I'm pretty sure it's like one of these mods because of the update. I'm gonna have to look, probably MC Command Center, honestly. I did get the newest version, but I'm just gonna have to. I took out UI cheats, So I don't know what other mod would be causing these issues. I think I'm just gonna have to do like an overhaul of my mods. Not an overhaul, but I'm gonna have to look through my mods and just really do a deep dive. Maybe tomorrow or after I get off. Cause I look. um I'm not gonna lie, guys. This has literally drained me. So what I'm gonna do is I'm going to give Orlin her makeover. I'm gonna show you guys that. And then I'll finish recording the rest of the episode tomorrow because yeah, this has genuinely drained me because I was so excited to record, and I had everything prepared. And then this happened. But this is how she looks without her makeover, without any of my CC on her. Um, she has similar wings to her father when she aged up. What I had to do was, guys, I had to go hop to another household, and by using MC Command Center, I added Moira to one of the I think it was I went to Poppy's household, which is right here. Um, and I added Moira there, and I clicked through the family panel, and I just clicked on her, and I went to MC Command Center, and I set her age to teen. And I did the same thing for Princess Sienna because she was also having trouble aging up. So we're going to have to give her a makeover as well. I don't know if I'm going to record it. I might just do it just because, I'm doing Orleans. But yeah, Sienna has also aged up. The trait that she randomized when I did age her up from over by Poppy's household, she randomized to practice makes perfect. I'm not going to change it. She's just probably going to be a very hard worker, which I think is understandable considering she's a second born princess and she wants to live up to her mother's expectations, as she is more vampire than her sisters are. So she's probably going to be working overtime to try to get that stain off of her name. And then we have Princess Orlin, guys, who randomized paranoid. Now I'm sitting here trying to think, will I allow this, or just let me know, guys. I will probably re-randomize her trait because this is kind of insane that she randomized this. But yeah, she ended up randomizing the paranoid trait as when I aged her up, and I literally just came inside the game, and I was like, okay, I want to see what trait she has. I popped back into this household, I should say, and she has paranoid, guys. So yeah, Princess Orlin, she her story is definitely shaping, and it makes sense now as to why. I mean, we didn't know what her trait was going to be, but like story wise, it kind of makes sense as to why she's distant from her sisters. She's paranoid of them. She's paranoid, maybe because of Arwen, what happened with Princess Arwen. Oh my god. But let me know, guys, if you guys think I should randomize it again, let me know and I'll do that. And yeah, but and I'll if that happens, I'll randomize Sienna's trait too, because I didn't get the randomizer myself. The game randomized it. So, if you guys want me to randomize it, just let me know and I'll randomize it myself. But I mean, I don't mind it, but this is going to be an interesting princess. I'll tell you that. And I'm not too happy about the trait that Sienna got, but I'm okay with it because I feel like it makes sense. But anyway, I'm gonna see you guys at the makeover. Well, guys, tell me, guys, what you think of our paranoid evil princess's makeover. Um, I okay. When I was looking at her wings, right, I was like, okay, she is part vampire. Look at this mess, guys. Look at this mess. She is a spellcaster. She is a fairy, and then she also has the thirst bar. She has a thirst bar. She's literally a spellcaster, and she also has emotional force. So she has a lot of things to keep up with, and hopefully Clara will be able to make her the cure in time, so we don't have to worry about her thirst. But um, Moira did promise her that she would not have to worry about this, but her birthday came, and so maybe next episode Clara will have the cure. But for right now, she does not. Um, but I thought, because she's half vampire, well, I obviously wanted to give her some pink in her clothing and her wings. I feel like that would be most appropriate. But I was like, oh, wait, let me do red. And I was like, yeah, that's it. Because I kind of imagine like this is like blood flowing through her wings, and that's why it's so red. Because she's part vampire, I'm pretty sure there's like she has a lot more blood than a normal person does because she is part vampire. Um, and she did grow up with. I mean, when she did age up, she did have short hair, and I was thinking about giving her short hair, but then I saw this long piece of braid here, and I was like, okay, yeah, I have to give her this hairstyle because I feel like it makes sense for her. Her mother has long hair, so why not give her long hair as well? But she looks so pretty. I think I'm gonna start changing up the dress code for this new generation that's being born now. So this is her outfits. Of course, I mean you guys seen it in the cast, but I think that she looks very stunning. Um, but she's her strange thirst. She's definitely feeling it now. Her mother did warn her. The question is, will she take to being a vampire, or will she deny this abomination that her father and her grandfather believe is a gift? Well, no, not her father, but her grandfather and her great grandfather believe is a gift on her paternal side. But yeah, this is our princess, guys. As you can see, I was looking for an outfit that was going to be that had pinks in it with the blues, but I couldn't find any. Really, I didn't check hard enough like I should have. Like I usually would be in that cast for like hours, but I was, I'm showing you guys how I make my Sims, so I didn't want to be in it too long. Um, but I mean, I know I wanted to have a similar outfit to the one that she had, like a similar outfit that the princess always have. And those outfits didn't have like accents of pink in it unless it was like a light blue color. So I decided to give her, of course, the colors of an Eris, which is dark blue. But I know her favorite color is pink, so I made sure that her accents, her jewelry were all pink. She has rose gold jewelry, and of course, parts of her wings are also pink. And I think that's really about. Well, definitely in her athletic wear, I made sure she had a pink outfit because I mean it's her athletic wear; she can wear that. And then for her winter wear, I made sure that one of the hats was at least. Oh my god! My god! Today it has to be the hat. That hat has never ever caused me problems. Oh my god, my game! I'm so sorry, guys. I'm so sorry. This game really makes me not want to play it. It really does. Anyway, yeah, this is Princess Orlin, and oh, Princess Sienna is still over there. Let me bring her right now. God dang it! Now I gotta get her to walk out. But this is the young Princess Sienna, the second born princess of Sirius, guys, and of course the future princess of Sunstone. This is how she looks. Of course, I thought that she was very very adorable. She has a very skinny nose, but I think it fits her. And made sure I gave her like light blues, as that is the colors that second born princesses usually do have. Um, so yeah, this is our princess. I'm not gonna do a deep dive onto her, guys, but you get the idea of how she looks. Okay, guys. So right now we are back. It is literally the next day after I got done recording. And because guys, because the last part of the episode was an utter failure for me with the party. Um, I'm not having a party anymore because I mean it's too late. I didn't switched households about 3 times, but I will go ahead and like have them talk to their fathers, Princess Sienna and Princess Orlin. Right now, Sienna is playing chess with her father, Lord Caleb Vitor. So they're playing a little bit. You know, he's visiting Sirius for a little bit while he's in town to spend a little bit of time with his daughter because you know he's not gonna get a lot of moments like this. He is in Hollow. He's a noble of Hollow, and he was set aside as a concubine by Queen Moira. And right now we have our Queen's Guard here, not King's Guard, Cesar hugging his daughter Orlin. I think he's congratulating her on, you know, of course, aging up and becoming a young woman. Oh, look at Victor hugging his granddaughter. But right now, guys, they're all just kind of huddling around Orlin, talking to her, congratulating her on basically. Orlin just had her first understanding. Okay, she can develop the romantic sage trait. Um, but yeah, I wanted to go ahead and kind of point that out. I think it's so good, like to see that. I mean, it's kind of crazy that Orlin is aged up. I mean, we're one step closer to you know, the next generation. The heiress is of age, guys. It's kind of cool. I mean, Queen Moira, in order for Orlin has to become queen, she has to die. But you know, Moira is going to be around for a long time. Oh, yes, guys, I did get the update, but it kind of made my family tree a little wonky. I think the update is really cool. I wish it would work properly in my game. I think it's maybe because I have basically a web of people around, so it's not like this right here. This is a glitch that happens as certain. When I click on certain characters, you know, it looks fine. But when I'm like trying to click on Moira, for example, guys, she's like literally nowhere to be found in the tree. I have to like okay, like if I come to Prince Pluto, now Queen Moira shows up. Um, but it's like still some glitches here. Or like let's see if I go to Princess Hera. Um, this kind of happens, but yeah, I kind of like the update, guys. I kind of do. It's just that it's kind of made my game a little glitchy. It has definitely made my game a little glitchy. Hera did have her child, guys. She had a little boy, and she did survive her birth. I'm going to rename him because I didn't get a chance to. Um, but yes, enough of that. Uh, it's just kind of cool to see that, you know, soon, very soon, that we will be in the next generation. But Moira is going to be living for a very long time because she was a vampire for a very long time, and it froze her age. And so she's still a young adult. She probably would be halfway through her lifespan right now if she wasn't a vampire. If she didn't start off as a vampire queen, and then she keeps getting pregnant, which also freezes your ages for a little bit. So she's gonna be a young adult for quite a while. She might even be the same age as. Well, let's see. Well, no. By the time Queen Moira ages up into an adult, um, let's say if she doesn't get pregnant again, Princess Orlin will be a young adult. I'm hoping that happens. But yes, right now Orlin is speaking with her grandfather. Because surprisingly, guys, even though her and Minerva, you know, they fought a lot during. I wouldn't say they fought a lot, but they did have their little difference when they were children. And Orlin was kind of being a little messy, telling her about her betrothal to Vladislaus, Prince Vladislaus. It did kind of make Minerva a little upset with Princess Orlin, but it seems like they have resolved their issues and they're still good friends. Her and Minerva, you know, they're like sisters. Like I would hope they would get close. And if you think about it, she's not close with any of her sisters except for Minerva because her and Minerva grew up like sisters. So I think it's nice to see that her and Minerva have somewhat of a good relationship. Um, it's very nice actually. Oh my gosh, she has so many like bad relationships. She doesn't get along with Maria, which is interesting because I'm going to make Maria her lady in waiting, like her friend. Then we have Lord Kylus, which is one of the concubines. She doesn't get along with none of her mother's concubines, which is interesting. She may not like them because she feels like they're dangerous. Okay, let's talk about her trait right quick, guys. So I don't know for sure if I'm going to keep the paranoid trait because, of course, like I said, I didn't randomize this, but it is in my like this is her character for right now. I mean, I want you guys to tell me if I should randomize it again or if I should keep it. But it's crazy how that happened. Um, but if we're going off the paranoid trait, right, guys, I think it kind of doesn't make sense for story purposes. Like, Orlin has heard the stories about Princess Arwen and how Arwen was manipulated into usurping her sister. Of course, Queen Moira was the triumphant one in the end. She's known as Moira the Triumphant, but it's still very much a worrying thing about the fact that a sister tried to take her throne. Her own sister tried to take Queen Moira's throne. Somebody that she was actually really close with. Her and Moira were like best friends, and so I think that's where this is coming from. Orlin is the crown princess. She's one of the most purest forms of a future queen ever. She's half angel, she's half witch. We're gonna kind of discard the vampire side, but it is the truth of the matter. She is half angel, half witch. And, of course, they revere the angels. It's all in their religion. Uh, Angels themselves are a different form of witch. But Orlin, I feel like she's paranoid about all of these sisters that she has. She even has an adopted sister, her cousin Princess Arwen Soul, the daughter of Princess Hestia Soul, the last Mother Seer. Arwen herself has somewhat of a claim to the throne, considering her mother was a princess and a Mother Seer, the sister to Princess Arwen, the full sister, not half, but they had the same father, same grandmother. Um, Same paternal and maternal grandparents. So Arwen is kind of the legacy of the last Princess Arwen. And so she doesn't hate Arwen. They're kind of surprisingly kind of close. But it is interesting that this is the last of Arwen's legacy, the last of Hestia's legacy, Arwen Soul. Um, and so I think that she worries. She has all of these claimants rolling around. They have Princess Deianira. There's Princess Sienna, the vampire sister. She has a vampire. I mean, they're all vampires technically, but she is a spellcaster. She is a spellcaster. She's a witch. Um, but she does have a sister with a stronger claim to the vampire side of their family. She is. It's dangerous that Moira has all these daughters. High key. I mean, we have all of these daughters to secure the line of succession, and then if you guys remember from the last episode, Queen Moira is pregnant with twin girls right now. So I think that Orlin is a paranoid person because she worries for the future of herself as queen. Um, she's also unempathetic, so that's probably another reason why she's not as close with her sisters. But in truth, she's very afraid of her own future. She sees what happened with Arwen, and it's scary for her. I don't think she's going into full on panic right now, but I think she sees all of these sisters that she's having, and mind you, she's a lot older than her siblings. So I didn't realize this. The only one she really isn't that older than is Pluto, because Pluto and Orlin were born around the same time, like not long after the war. Pluto was born. Um, but aside from Pluto, her other siblings are much younger than her. But yeah, like I feel like she is just a little fearful, which is okay. She has a lot of younger siblings. I'm hoping that Orlin isn't like a purely evil person. When I think about Orlin, I hope that she's gonna be more like Princess Guinevere from the Vampire Amazon Challenge, where she was evil, but she wasn't like somebody that was sadistic. She was somebody who was calculating, who did what was right for her family. She was self-serving, but she cared more about the Salazar family than she did about the preservation of herself, I would say. She saw Eden's children as her own kids. Stuff like that. Like, she was evil, but she cared about her family. And I'm kind of hoping that Orlin stirs in that direction to where she isn't like purely evil. She's just a person who knows what it takes to who does extreme things for the protection of her own family, stuff like that. But with the paranoid trait, I don't know. I never saw Orlin as a purely evil character. I really just saw her as somebody who was a spoiled princess, who is the heir to the Queendom of Sirius, who got what she wanted most of the time. Um, she doesn't even think of herself as evil. I think that Orlin may think of herself as somewhat of a good person. which is interesting. You know, they got evil people in the world who think of themselves as good. They don't think that they're bad. I think that Orlin is a person who thinks that she has a reason for everything she does. And the action she may take, you know, uh, isn't necessarily evil in her eyes. Now, she's been having this want for a very long time, guys, and the want is her and her grandfather are off and on when it comes to liking each other. She gave him a hug earlier, and now she's like a little upset with him. But she does have the want, guys, to make an enemy, and I kind of do the same thing that Fantasy X does. Um, I make the enemy with the person she likes the least, and the person she likes the least, guys, is her brother Pluto, which is so sad. She does have all of these other people that she could become enemies with, like Heron, El, Samir, Kylus, and Maria, or even Prince Lucifer of the future king of Hollow, and Pluto. Um, but she's gonna choose her brother. I mean, he has. I don't have UI cheat, so I can't really see the percentage, but he's obviously higher in the polls to make an enemy with. And so I think that's what we're gonna do with Orlin today. She is going to basically set her brother to the side officially. I think that she's been holding this in for a while because I mean this is her brother. I don't think that she necessarily hates him. They were really, really close at one point. But whatever happened at the wedding of Princess Hera and Fenris has basically put a rift between her and Pluto. And I think at this birthday party is when she's going to really finalize. I mean, the birthday party is over, but now that she's older and her responsibilities are going to be greater now, she's definitely going to go ahead and put set her brother to the side and cast him out a as a rival of hers. She, you know, that's just how the cookie has crumbled for Orlin. I love saying that reference. Um, and then of course we have Princess Sienna and Caleb. Now, this is the thing, guys. I don't know if our princess, well, I definitely do know. I feel as if, guys, Princess Orlin was not too happy about sharing her birthday with her sister Sienna. I think, in truth, she's very disappointed that she had to do that. I mean, she's an heiress, and then she has to celebrate her birthday with a second-born princess. You know, for story purposes, maybe Sienna and Orlin were literally born on the same exact day. You know, just in different years. I think that'll be kind of for a cool, interesting little story bit. But because their birthdays are on the same day, and they had to share a birthday, and I don't think that Orlin was very, very happy about that. I think that she probably would have requested to move her birthday to another day or move Sienna's birthday to another day, maybe a week after her own. But let me pop that up. But it didn't happen that way. Queen Moira is not a very she isn't a person who cares much for the, I would say, trying to separate things. She wants to make everything more closer and mend things together. So she pushed their birthdays together. And I think that Sienna, she doesn't hate her sister. They're kind of on good terms right now. They're not close, but they don't hate each other. She probably feels that Orlin didn't like this and is a little bit scared of her sister, if we're going to be honest. But hey, that's Orlin for you. But there's a lot of things that's going on. I think that Sienna, I think growing up, she definitely probably heard snickers around court that she was less than herself, because her father was a vampire, her mother half vampire, and probably heard that she was more vampire than anyone in this court. She does have witch blood in her. I mean, of course she does, but she's a spellcaster. I made sure I looked up here. Yeah, she's a spellcaster, so she's a witch. She does have that power, unlike Minerva does. But yeah, she probably heard these snickers around court that she was less like her sister. And then, I mean, she got kind of lucky in the hair department. She doesn't have the most blonde hair. I mean, she has definitely blonde hair, but it isn't the most silver hair you could think of. It's a very much a dusty blonde. And she got lucky. She got lucky because if she would have had their brown hair, she definitely would have been side-eyed. Um, but I think that hearing those snickers around court while she's growing up, it's internalized within Sienna, and as a second born princess, she's closer to the throne than anybody else right now, um, aside from Orlin, because Orlin doesn't have kids yet, so she's still second in line to the throne. And I think that Sienna, now that she's maturing as a child, she yeah, practice makes perfect. She's trying to strive to, of course, better herself. Um, oh my God. She's trying to better herself and doing what's best for herself, and she's going to be working overtime, in my opinion, to try to prove to everyone that she's a worthy princess, a worthy heiress to the throne of Sirius, a future queen, even. So I think these are all things to consider. But of course, as I said before, I don't know if this is going to be a permanent trait because I'm still deciding. Same as for Orlin. I think it makes sense for both of their causes, if I'm going to be honest. Um, but oh, surprisingly, considering all of the, because in my head canon, she definitely had like a troubled childhood. People kind of, I feel like more so Orlin, which is maybe why they don't have like a good relationship like that. She probably pushed her away. Orlin did, and maybe on top of her pushing her sister away, she also was saying negative things about her being a vampire. Being vampire was scarcely talked about around Orlin. She didn't even think of herself as such. But we have Princess Sienna here, who definitely is more vampire than anybody else. And so, I mean, her father is a vampire. So I definitely feel like Orlin sat there and probably made remarks to her little baby sister about her being her child. She would never be queen and stuff like that. I feel like that's something that Orlin may have done, not all the time, but here and there, to like let Sienna know where you stand. And so and maybe she has thick skin, and maybe that's why she's trying to prove to everyone that she's going to be the heiress that Moira wants, the heiress that Moira needs. And hopefully she will get rid of this vampirism that's within her blood, so that she can be the queen that her mother needs, or not the queen that her mother needs, but a princess that's worthy of Sirius. Okay, guys, so we are indeed back. And right now we are with Prince Victor, Princess Minerva, and of course, Princess Orlin, guys. Now, of course, guys, we do not have enough time to turn Orlin into a pure-blooded witch. So she has to stick it out for a little bit longer until Clara, of course, finds a cure for this ailment, of course, and she's working vigorously to do so. So it's not the end of the world for Princess Orlin. But in the meantime, Queen Moira has entrusted her father with her daughter. And she's told Victor to basically teach her how it's done, which is to drink blood from others, and to be gentle with her, and stuff of that matter. But he's basically about to teach her how to drink blood. And she is, of course, she's half vampire. She needs to do this in order to sustain herself, because she can't eat human food, and then she also has emotional force to take care of as well. So she might sleep into a fairy house tonight. I might get her in a fairy house, because a lot of everybody else, they're starting to go to bed right about now. After Celestia gets done eating, I'm definitely going to go ahead and send her to bed. Her bed chamber is right here. Clara is already sleeping. Persephone, she just got done getting her emotional force together, so maybe she might help out our princess and go to her chambers. And then we have Thea here, who is cleaning dishes. After that, she's going to use the restroom, practice her charisma. The queen right now is just practicing her witchcraft in her chamber. So she's at the cauldron right here, trying to get her prowess up as a witch. And Amelia right now is sleeping. I'm going to call over her husband in the morning so they can try for their next child. Prince Victor, of course, is with us, as well as Minerva and Orlin. Pluto has gone to sleep as well, guys. So he's in the royal bedchambers for princes and extra royals. So he's in this bedchamber. And Princess Sienna is on her way to the second born princess's chambers, the old chambers of Princess Arwen. but a chamber fitted for a second-born princess nonetheless. And Arwen and the twins, they're down here just playing with each other, I guess. Oh, I didn't even tell you guys, but the twins did age up in the same day that that Orlin and Sienna aged up. I didn't give them a big birthday party because it was already two people who were aging up on the same day. So I decided to just age up them off camera. And this is how Princess, of course, Orlin, Princess Dianira looks. Um, she's very adorable in my opinion, but she looks a little scary right now for some reason, but she looks adorable, I swear. And she has the hair similar to her aunt Dianira, her great aunt Dianira when she was a toddler. And then we have, of course, Prince Demeter here, who's a very handsome baby. He's so cute, isn't he? Oh, but yeah, that's Prince Demeter and Princess Dianira. But anyway, um, yes, we have the blood banquet coming this way, but they're leaving because, of course, because of the amount of sins in my household, clubs tend to be a little glitchy. So I'm gonna have to teleport them back to us. So let's see. These are some random sims that I just like randomly teleported here and added them to the blood banquet. I'm gonna give them appropriate peasant gowns, but for right now, we're gonna have them wear these modern day clothes because I don't have the energy nor the time to go ahead and do this. So we're gonna go ahead and get our prince to have his first drink. So he's gonna have a deep drink. Of course, already. Minerva already knows how to drink, but uh, yeah, she's gonna get a drink from him. He's gonna get a drink from him, and then we're gonna go ahead and get our princess here to get a drink from Mr. Kelly. And we're gonna get those two to drink, and then after we do that, we're gonna go ahead and have the Princess Orlin to drink after they get done drinking. So yeah, it's gonna be interesting, guys, to see what happens with Orlin because for all we know, Orlin, she isn't too keen about the vampire life right now because I mean it's like one step away from her being purer than what she perceives herself as. But maybe she might take a liking to this vampire lifestyle. Maybe not want to take the care that her mother will give to her. Oh, if you guys can see, her skin is glistening. I did give her that effect on her skin because she is a half angel. I think that's appropriate for her. But yeah, like she may take to this vampiric lifestyle if it goes right for her. So you know, Minerva and grandfather Vic here is going to show her how it's done, how to drink from others. Minerva is getting her first bite. I guess she's going to show her sister here how it's done. Um, no, 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 no. Get your drink from Alfredo here. His name is Alfredo. Oh, that's funny. No offense to anybody's name who is all Alfredo, but you know, Alfredo pasta. But then we can go ahead and get these two to drink. Oh no, no, get your drink, please, 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 get your drink. Okay, yeah, he's about to get teleported right back to you. Oh shoot, some commands: teleport, lot sim, Alfredo Tinker to you, and then we're gonna go ahead and get a deep drink. Minerva's already getting hers in, and then we have Aldo Gaffney here. I was about to get his drink in. Bye. There we go. So this is kind of cool, guys. Is this cool? Oh my god! But Princess Orlin is getting her first taste of blood. I mean, she's been craving it all day. I guess it's like a birthday gift for her. And Vic here is teaching his granddaughter how it's done. For the little time she will be a vampire, because I mean, this is not going to last long for her. So it is going to be interesting to see if she is going to take to this new lifestyle as a princess, if she will indeed like this. But she's drinking her Minerva. Minerva's like, that's my sister. Teaching her how it's done. That is such a good big sister. But yeah, if you think about it, guys, Minerva is like literally her big sister, and she's helping. Maybe Victor let Minerva have the first taste and tried to show Princess Orlin how it's done, and then Orlin watched her big sister do it, and now she's following in her footsteps. But Queen Moira, guys, she did not. She's staying up because she wants to talk to Orlin, of course, but she did not want to witness it because, of course, she's disgusted with the vampire lifestyle. She doesn't really like the she doesn't she's not a person who's into vampirism, so she left it in the hands of her father and her sister, and you know, she's not going to think too much of it. But right when her daughter gets them, we're going to get her to come up to her mother's chamber so they can talk a little bit. Tell her that not to get used to this, you know. So she's gotten her drink. I'm hoping that Victor gets his drink because he's thirsty. But this character is being a little glitchy because he's trying to leave so very badly. But is he about to get a drink? Tell me, please. Get your drink, Victor. There we go. So now I don't got to worry about that. And we're going to go ahead and get our princess here to fly up to her mother's chambers. She can just instantly fly up here because she's a fairy, of course. So let's just do that. She's going to probably surprise her mother because she didn't want to have a speak with her, a little talk with her. Look at that. Isn't that cute? It's going to be so cool to have like a fairy princess running around. This is why I want Zara to have another kid. Of course, we need a prince that's a fairy. We need an angel prince. It'll be so nice to have an angel prince, guys. Wouldn't that? Okay, so let's go ahead and get the queen to stop experimenting, and she can go ahead and hug her daughter here. And she's gonna go ahead and tell Orlin here. I know it's it's something I feel like Orlin. I'm not Orlin, but Moira would say she's like, I know it's hard drinking from others, but it's gonna be okay. Don't get used to it. I stopped drinking a long time ago when Jaleesa helped me out for the short time that she did. And you won't have to worry about that affliction either. Soon, Clara will find a cure for all of you, including the twins that are within my womb. And maybe she'll even go ahead and offer her to fill the baby that she's carrying right now. Well, she wouldn't even say twins because she doesn't know she's having twins, but she would just say the child that's within my womb. But yeah, she's just, reassuring Orlin here that it's going to be okay, that, you have not to worry about this. And Orlin is like, Mom, it's okay. Like, it wasn't disgusting to me. I understand. And, I was quite fine when it happened to me, when I drank from others. It actually made me feel stronger. So I feel like that's something that Orlin would say. Maybe she's surprised that it's not as vulgar as her mother made it out to be. And she kind of liked it, I feel. Victor, I think he was a good instructor. Oh my God, did he not get his drink? I don't think he did. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. If I have to cheat his needs, his thirst isn't that even bad. I think he did drink a little bit, but it probably didn't go all the way through. Let's just get him to come back up to his chambers and maybe cross stitch a little bit. Probably being a proud grandfather. Food. I don't know. Large hoop. He could make some cheese, I guess. But anyway, yeah. She would just tell her daughter. Um, no, I feel like Orlin would tell her mother that it wasn't as bad as I thought it was going to be, Mom. Of course, it's an abomination, but it's it's natural. It's the way that grandfather was born. It's the way that you were born. My sister was born. Um, but I understand why you don't want to go through with it. And if this is what you want for us to be as pure as possible, Mother, I will go through with taking that cure one day whenever Aunt Clara makes it. I feel like Orlin is surprised that essentially it's not as bad as her mother made it out to be. I think that she's very, very surprised by that. Isn't that cute, guys? Oh, I love this. I love Orlin. I do. Like, she's becoming one of my favorites. Especially because she looks so beautiful. Tell me guys what you think about her makeover. I think I did pretty good with it. She definitely looks like, in my opinion, she looks like her mom. I can see her mom with her, but this is Zara's face. This is Zara's face most definitely. Hands down. She gets her lips from her mother, I'm pretty sure. But maybe she doesn't. I low-key forget how Zara's lips look. Oh, he kind of has thick lips, so maybe she gets her lips from her dad. I don't know, guys, but this is Zara's face. This is definitely Zara's face, if I've ever seen it. And he has made a beautiful daughter with Moira. I do definitely think that in the next episode, guys, we are going to have Orlin officially make her brother her enemy. Number one. One thing I do want to do though before I do call it a day, call it an episode, I want to go ahead and get a fairy house, an angel house, if you will, for our of course, princess here. And let's see, they have the stumps out here. Like, would I put that in her room? I don't know if I would. Or would I do something like this? There's a pink one, which I think is so cute. Oh my god, because I'm not gonna change the colors of Orlin's chambers. Like I think even when she becomes queen, of course she's gonna have her blue colors, but I think her main color is of course going to be pink, and I'm so excited to kind of show that one day when it does happen. We're gonna put the fairy house right next to her bed. Um, but this is what I'm gonna do. Before we get off this episode, I'm gonna have Persephone come up here. I think Moira is going to, tell her daughter that it's going to be okay. That soon this curse that we all have will be taken from us, and you will be back to normal. We all will be back to normal. We will be the purest witches on the planet. We have to wait it out until Clara makes this cure, of course. And she would tell her that Lady Persephone is waiting within her bedchambers to teach you how to be a proper angel. So she's gonna have to learn the ropes of, she's a witch, of course, so she's gonna learn her witch like abilities from her mother and how to use it more properly. But she's gonna have to learn everything about being an angel from the Queen's Guard, from her father, if she wants to take advice from him. But she's not that close. She loves her dad, I feel, but she's not that close with him like she is with her mother or Princess or Minerva or even Persephone. So we're gonna get her to instantly fly here, and then I'm gonna also go ahead and get Persephone to instantly fly here as well. So come on. Oh, they came in at the same time. No, we're getting your wings. I want to see your wings. Let's see. But guys, okay, so this is the teachings that our Persephone Vibal will start to teach the princess, of course. But I think the princess will go ahead and wait. Why is her thirst low? I guess they didn't drink them. We're gonna go ahead and get her to hug Persephone. And Persephone is going to, of course, teach her the ways of being an angel of the sorts. Um, and she's going to tell her, of course, they've already carved out her little fairy home here. I mean, her angel home, I should say. And she's going to tell her that they work differently. We don't eat like witches do. We have divine energy within us, and we have to recharge our energy as we age, as we grow, because we are not perfect. We are vessels of Gaia, but even us, we have to recharge ourselves. We have to better ourselves for the next battle, for the next day. And she will tell her that in order to do that, you must hone in on your skills and you must rest your body. Um, and sometimes we have smaller homes to do that, so that our bodies can recharge themselves. I feel like Orlin would agree with Persephone and understand what she's saying and stuff like that, taking in this information as a crown princess should. But I feel like Orlin is not yet full from her last drink, guys. And I feel she would tell Persephone that I am still somewhat hungry, and it would be appreciative if I would be able to get a drink from you. I feel as if your blood would be much more purer than another's, and so this is about her being an angel, but she's making it about her being a vampire, and I think that she would ask Persephone for permission to drink from her. This is a good friend of hers, so maybe she will accept, maybe she won't, but I think it's something that she definitely is going to go ahead and do here, because she didn't get full off her drink for some reason, even though I asked for a deep drink. Maybe it's because the sim was trying to leave and whatever. So go ahead and get your drink, Orlin. It looks like Persephone did accept. I mean, this is the princess. The job of the Queen's Guard is to protect the royal family, and they're really close. So I feel like maybe not Princess Persephone, but Tris Persephone would feel obligated to do so, because she cares about Orlin, wanting to protect the royal family and do what's best for them, and knowing that this is an angel, someone who is like her, who suffers from bloodlust. I think that she would understand. Maybe Orlin probably would even go a little too far in a moment, and Persephone would have to push her away, but then Orlin would apologize, but also say thank you in the most sadistic way possible. But this is nice that Persephone is providing her with something to drink. As she's going to be a vampire for a while, she's going to have to get accustomed to this life for the short time that she will be. But after that happens, I do feel like look, she's pushing her away. I mean, that happens naturally, but I think it fits for what I just said. Um, she probably feels really, really good right now. She's struggling with thirst. I mean, she's a growing girl, a growing woman, and she's having to deal with this bloodlust. And it lasts for 15 hours. Um, but after that, I think she's definitely going to go ahead and rest within her new little abode here within her bed chambers and try to get accustomed to her growing angel powers. A very power. If you think about it, guys, Orlin is a very powerful um, Odina. She's a vampire. She's a witch, half angel. If she was to keep all three of these powers, she would low key be unstoppable. But she's gonna go ahead and rest. As a crown princess should, and she's going to recharge her emotional force. But anyway, guys, my name is Ronald the Simmer, and I will see you all next time. Bye bye.